lazy girl era, it's okay. You can admit it. I was also in my lazy girl era up until about 2 or 3 months ago. I was not doing anything. I was doing things sporadically, but I was so beyond lazy, and it was honestly really embarrassing. And I look back at it now, and this like sounds like it was forever ago. It was recent. It was a couple months ago. But I look back at like the past year and I'm like, damn, I could have been doing so much more. I could have really utilized that time, but I didn't. And there's no such thing as could haves, because we are in the present moment and we're going to change things now. So how do we get out of this lazy girl era? How do we propel ourselves past the point of sitting down and scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours out of the day for inspiration? I see you. I see you, because that's me too. I think, and this is speaking from experience, the first thing you need to do is when you wake up in the morning, you don't touch your phone. If you need to touch your phone, you need to turn off your alarm. You need to check your emails because you're waiting for an important email. Your mom texted you, your boyfriend texted you, whatever. Okay, respond, blah, blah, blah. Goodbye. Put it away. Do not touch Instagram. Do not touch TikTok. Do not touch whatever social media is your social media of choice. Don't touch them. I find that when I touch a social media first thing in the morning, it like implodes my brain. I cannot function the rest of the day. I don't know if it's something with like an immediate dopamine hit, so I create that habit and I need to keep that up throughout the day. But for me, when I touch social media first thing in the morning, it's something that I end up doing throughout the day. It's something that like, oh, I'll just go to social media. If I don't touch social media first thing in the morning, it is not something that I do throughout the day. It is not my go-to, and I don't know if that's because when I wake up, I tell myself like, no, don't touch it, don't touch it. So my brain is just like, fine, we're not gonna touch it. And that's just what's playing through my head throughout the day. Whereas when I do touch it, my brain is like, okay, we're fine, we can touch it. It's okay. We can just go on TikTok for a little while. But I know that TikTok for a little while is like TikTok for an hour. So that's first. We're not touching social media first thing in the morning. Ideally, we are using one of those apps and we're putting a limit on the amount of time we can spend on the app. Because you and I both know that we will go on there if we're content creators for inspiration. And I don't think that any time I've logged onto Instagram or TikTok, I've really gotten any inspiration. Maybe TikTok, I've gotten sounds and a couple of video ideas, but ultimately I feel worse and I feel less motivated to make any content because I feel like there's already so much out there. If I'm not consuming that content, I feel like I can make that content because there's not too much of it out there. In reality, there's not too much of it out there and everybody has a unique experience. But when you're consuming the content, you don't think that way. You think, it's already there, I shouldn't make it, I would just be copying. And that's gonna put a huge damper on the rest of your day, especially if you're a content creator. You're not gonna wanna do anything content creation-wise the rest of the day. Pinterest, on the other hand, Pinterest gives me inspiration. You're allowed to go on Pinterest, preferably still not first thing in the morning. But Pinterest doesn't give you those like dopamine hits that Instagram and TikTok give you. I don't feel like Pinterest is a social media. I feel like it's more, it is more of a search engine. So Pinterest gets a little bit of a pass. Pinterest doesn't have to be limited. Although if you are spending way too much time on Pinterest, I would suggest limiting it. Second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start a morning routine. The morning routine can be like two things. It can be drink a cup of water and stretch for 5 minutes. It can be have coffee and read a book for 5 minutes. It can be the simplest thing ever. It can be smile. I love a smile in the morning. I've talked about this so many times, I feel like, but when you smile first thing in the morning, you get hit with all these endorphins, you feel really, really good. It can be a smile and like an I love you in the mirror. It can be the tiniest little morning routine. Just do something and hold yourself accountable for that something every single day in order to help get you out of that like lazy girl mindset. If you need morning routine inspiration, morning routine ideas, you let me know because I love a good morning routine and I would love to give you some inspo. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get dressed immediately. Okay. When I sit around my house in a robe, I am so much less likely to get moving and get myself out of the house. I'm much more likely to be like, ooh, I'm in a comfy robe. I'm just gonna sit on the couch and maybe I'm gonna online shop, or maybe I'm just gonna scroll for a little bit. Or even if I'm doing my morning routine, I still don't feel motivated to get up off the couch and go do things because I'm in a robe. I'm comfy and I'm in a robe. Why would I want to get up? So we are going to get dressed. First thing I usually do in the day, besides my morning routine, is go to the gym. So I'm going to put on gym clothes. Maybe you put on a cute outfit. You don't want to sit in the house when you have a cute outfit on. You have a cute outfit on. Go outside. Go do something. Go be less lazy. Even if you just go to a local coffee shop and work, maybe you work from home, maybe you just want to go do something somewhere else and you have the capabilities and you don't have to be on calls all day. Go put on a cute outfit and go there. Putting on a cute outfit does so much for you. I feel like it is so underrated. Like if I look like a scrub, I look like shit. I don't want to go do anything. I look like shit. I feel like shit. I'm gonna just want to sit on the couch. I'm just gonna sit on the couch. I'm not gonna want to go anywhere because why would anybody want to see me looking like this? So 3, we're looking cute. We're putting on a cute outfit. We're going to the gym. We're gonna work our butts on. I'm not wishing you to work your butt off. We're gonna work our butts on and get a fat ass, okay? 4, we are either going to embrace silence or we're going to listen to a podcast. Not while you're working out. That's craziness. Although I did listen to a podcast the other day while I was working out and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't that good. I didn't feel like hyped up. I'm talking more so like when we get home from the gym or when we're making breakfast. A lot of the times we'll have our phone, we'll be scrolling, we'll be just distracting ourselves doing something while the food cooks. And instead of doing that, because that again is going to get into your head and it's going to be like, oh, we're just going to distract ourselves. That just dampens your creativity. That just dampens your mood, everything. It just doesn't feel good. We're going to put the phone down. We're either going to put on a really good podcast that we don't want to stop listening to. That's the key. The key is not to listen to a random podcast. The key is to find a podcast that we're really, really invested in and we don't want to stop listening to it. Or, I know this one is so hard, it's so difficult, but just embrace the silence. Just sit in the silence. It's okay. You don't have to be constantly entertained. It's actually really good to not be constantly entertained. That's like the benefit of meditation, is that you get to just sit and be with your thoughts. And I know what so many people say when they say that is that their thoughts are dark. They don't want to sit with their thoughts. It's really hard to sit with your thoughts. Your mind just goes a mile a minute. I know, it happens to me too, but that's the challenge. And the goal is to kind of quiet the mind, is to be able to sit there, be silent, be still, not have any kind of stimulus, and quiet the mind. Focus on the breath, focus on something outside that's beautiful in nature, focus on the gratitude that you have for making this meal and having a stove that works and having clean water next to you, and focus on something that's going to put you in the present moment. When we distract ourselves with something else, and this could even be a podcast, but I think a podcast is more so like I'm learning about something. But when we distract ourselves with something else, we're not in the present moment, and that's when life goes by really, really fast. If I'm on TikTok, the time just flies by, and I don't want to just waste my life on TikTok. I don't want to just waste my life being a lazy girl. I have so much more potential than just sitting around and doing half-ass work, and I know you do too. I think I'm on 5. I'm pretty sure I'm on 5. We're going to write down our goals. We're going to write down our goals and we're going to write down our systems. We're going to make SMART goals. I can't remember what SMART stands for right now. Please hold. Okay, SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So make your goals, write them down. And instead of them being like these crazy, unreachable, mildly unrealistic right now, goals, make them something that you can achieve within the next 2 weeks. Make them something that you can achieve within the next month. Because when you write down goals and they are unrealistic, which is the whole point of SMART goals, you want them to be realistic and timely. So realistic, it could happen. It's probably going to happen. And timely, it's probably going to happen right now. I'm in the right phase of my life to make this happen right now. When you write down goals like that, it's much more motivating because it feels like it's very achievable. Whereas when you write down goals that are not super realistic at this time, not super timely, it's a lot harder to find that motivation because you feel like there's a million steps that you have to do before you get even remotely close to reaching that goal. And it kind of brings your motivation levels down like a lot because you start feeling overwhelmed, you start feeling swamped, you start feeling like I have no idea where to start. I don't even know, like, what even is this? I don't even know how to use this. What makes me think that I can build an email newsletter? I don't even know how to use MailChimp. That's where I'm at right now. And I know that I can pay for somebody else to do it, but I'm just using an example of myself. What makes me think that I can have an email newsletter with 100,000 people when I can't even seem to get the email newsletter properly, like the sign up properly onto my blog? I know I can do it. I know that I can get there. But when I make my goals, let me make my goal for right now to set up the pop-up properly on my blog and to have some kind of free offer that pulls people into my email newsletter and to be able to set up journeys, customer journeys, which are the like, welcome, thank you so much for joining, blah, blah, blah. So instead of making my goal 100,000 subscribers to my email newsletter, which eventually, yes, I really want to hit that. First, I'm going to make my goal, let me do this. Let me not be overwhelmed by, I want the 100,000. Let me go here. Let me not be overwhelmed by, I want the 100,000. Let me say, let me make this my goal now. I'm setting this up. I'm going to get my first 50 subscribers. Amazing. And let me be happy with my journey every single step of the way. And then when it's time for me to hit that 100,000, that's my goal. It's timely for me at that time. And then I hit the 100,000. That is 5 things to help get you out of your lazy girl era. And I think I'm going to stop there because 5 feels really good for somebody who is just starting to feel like they deserve to do more, to feel like they have a greater purpose in their life. And if you're not there yet, it's okay. Because for years, I've felt like I've had a purpose. I feel like I want to help people, but I never knew exactly what that was. And I still don't entirely know exactly what that is. I was a trainer, I'm a yoga teacher, I have done crazy work on my own personal development and want to share that with people. I don't know exactly what that looks like. And I think that part of the reason that I was in my lazy girl era for like a year or so was that I was waiting to have this clarity in this direction. I was constantly asking to get this clarity in this direction, but in reality, you're not going to get that. Maybe you're going to get pushed in a certain direction. Maybe right now you're like, I don't even know. Maybe you get pushed in a certain direction. You're still not going to have that full clarity until you start trying to do things. Until you start narrowing down your vision, your playing field, until you start realizing, okay, I want to do this, but I don't want to do it like this. I want to do this, but I don't want to do it like this. Once you start realizing those things, and once you start honing in on what it is that you want to do, you're going to feel more excited, you're going to feel more motivated, you're going to feel like you have a clearer vision, and you're going to feel less overwhelmed. So if you're not there yet, it's okay. It's okay to not be there. I'm 27. I always forget because I feel like the post-COVID years have just been so wild. I'm 27 and I just now am realizing kind of what I want to do. And just now I'm getting everything in order. Like now I have my podcast, I have my blog, I have my YouTube channel, which I adore and I want to be with you more often. And please let me know if you like this content and please subscribe and please like this video and comment. I have Pinterest accounts. I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm finding out what it is that I want to do. Oh, I have a Stan store now. Stan is great, by the way. I could link them down below. I have a Stan store now and I just made my first ebook on wellness, so that's exciting. So I'm getting there. And I'm privileged to be able to take some time and find my path. And I know that not everybody's there, but just go for it. Just if you think that you want to do something, just go for it and be consistent. That's it. That's honestly the key. The key is just to unapologetically go for what you want and to be consistent with it. And if you're stuck in your lazy girl era and you feel like you really can't get out of it, talk about being stuck in your lazy girl era. Or make the journey of you getting out of your lazy girl era your story. I know that you can do this. I know that you have the power to get yourself the fuck up, get moving, get motivated, and make your life as incredible as it can possibly be. I believe in you. I think that you just need to start believing in yourself. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you want to see more things like this. Let me know if you like this video. Subscribe, comment, follow me everywhere. Just follow me, love me. And that's all I've got for you. I will see you guys so very soon. Mwah.